Petersen Museum for the Ken Block 43 weekend. I was there with Griffin showing off a rat rod, and Griffin's car is just chopping away. I put a video of it coming into the show. We pull up, Hap's there, he's excited to be there with his Mustang, and we come in with this rat rod, and he was freaking out about this thing because it was setting off car alarm. Hap wasn't the only guy there with a Mustang. There was a lot of people who brought out their cars in celebration of Ken Block. It was awesome. We had Travis Pastrana out there, Vaughn Gittin Jr., Brian Scotto. There was Leah Block was there. There was all these different people that were in the KBI, the Ken Block Institute, like 43 Institute. They were all on site at the Petersen, and they were doing a panel talking about different things like racing and safety and like all these different things that the extreme sports, action sports industry go through. Getting to see some of the creativity that they brought to the show, that was super special, because how often do you get to see Vaughn Gittin Jr.'s drift Mustang that's right-hand drive converted and has this crazy stance on it? It's a unique and a beautiful sight to see out on a Sunday in the middle of Los Angeles and Fairfax. It was a special show, and the fact that all these people are coming together in celebration of Ken Block, it's like this guy was such an impact on people, and it really speaks volumes about him as a person, because he was able to touch so many people's lives. Like, look at this guy, came in from Missouri. He brought his car all the way across the country to come to an automotive museum in the middle of Los Angeles in honor of the things that Ken did, like the Hoonicorn.
Comes to the future is that people start building tracks that challenge the drivers, challenge the cars. It's not, everything becomes cookie cutter. Like, oh, this works great, let's build every track exactly the same. And I feel like where we went with X Games, and sorry to get off on a tangent here, but
I like this.
X Games, when we went to the 2001 or 2002 LA Coliseum, looking at the jumps, there was 150-foot jumps, there was 30-foot jumps, there was vertical walls, there was quarter pipes. Kenny Bartram, who had just won a gold medal the year before, comes out there. He's almost in tears after walking the track. He's like, do you think anyone would notice if I just went home? And I think that 98% scared and 2% excited, or 98% excited and 2% scared, where you really don't know what's going on, but you're just pumped to be there, and you're thinking, this is going to be the greatest day of my life, one way or the other, like we're going to send it. I feel like when you get cookie cutter tracks and cookie cutter jumps, that excitement goes away, and when that fear goes away, and that from the driver's perspective and from the rider's perspective, you kind of lose the audience as well. And now it's just about trying to beat the other person, which is exciting, but I'm there to challenge everything.
Coming from the man who, in our first Gymkhana film together, my favorite comment was, he entered the vehicle as a driver and he exited as a passenger, because you looked so scared in the car the whole time.
Exactly how it was planned.
Also the man who just Vario flipped a Subaru onto its roof.
That's my pride still hurt.
He didn't make it.
So when the panel was done talking about, all the different things that they were talking about, the guys from Daily Driven Exotics, the YouTube channel, they saw Hap getting the award. Like, he got like first place at the show because he had built a Hoonicorn replica. So they invited him to come down to their shop that they are leasing out in Compton, and this is the same shop that the Hoonicorn, this is the same shop that was built by Ken for the Hoonigans to do business out of, to do their YouTube channel out of. And when Ken died, the company got rid of it. They're not doing that anymore, and DDE stepped up and they took over the Hoonigan compound, the Burnyard. This is like well-documented place out there. And like the original was in Long Beach, and then the second one was in Compton. So they got this huge warehouse. I think it's like 45,000 square foot or something. It's huge. And they have the whole parking lot that wraps around the outside of it. So we were thrown down the Ferrari. I made a video about that. You can just watch how we take the V12 twin turbo F12 Ferrari out in the rebranded Burnyard. They call it the block now. It was just awesome. It was a fantastic day. But the reason that we were down there was because they called out after the panel had given the award to Hap. Said, hey, bring that car over to our spot so we can do burnouts and see what the car can do. And Hap was so excited. He was like, of course, you know. And I was with my friend Sean, who is like quick thinking, and he's like, oh, you're just down to invite anybody? Like Hap can come to your Burnyard? Like, can we come? We brought this like crazy rat rod with us. So thanks to Sean from SW Lights for his quick thinking, we got the invite to bring the rat rod down. And Griffin stepped up in a big way, did some big burnouts in that thing, just launched it. It was awesome. But what happened next was Hap showed up. He showed up kind of late. So after we got to play with the Ferrari, after we got to play with the rat rod, Hap shows up with his Mustang and starts unloading it. And as he's unloading it, someone else rolls in with this like Unimog looking vehicle that's like towering over everything. And they have like a flamethrower. And it was just a wild day. So this was like, this was a lot of fun. Hap's Mustang, we weren't sure about this car. This car, like, it looked a little off. And we looked at Hap and he looked a little off. And we were like, what's up? Like, is this guy going to be, you know, representing? Is he going to hang? Is he going to throw down like Ken Block did? Like, he's got this crazy looking car with the engine sticking out of the hood. And like, it just, something about it looked a little off. And if you read all of the little stickers that are all over the car, each one of them is pretty true to the car originally, but they're modified. Like instead of Monster, it says Modster, and instead of Ford, it says Fun, and it's like just on and on and on and on and on. Like instead of the Monster logo, it's a H for Hap, and like it's just it's very well thought out in terms of what he wanted to do with it, well executed. It's just done in a way that like it's obvious that it's a knockoff. It's not gonna pass as the real thing. So I like the fact that he went that way with it rather than trying to make like a real Hoonicorn. Like he didn't have the budget to do that. He didn't have the team to do that. So he did something that he was able to do by himself.
Come on.
It's an impressive machine that he built on a truck frame. So it's actually like a Chevy truck underneath it. And then he pro-charged the motor. This motor is actually built. So the drivetrain isn't what the Hoonicorn was running, obviously, and like they body swapped it. So they dropped a Mustang coupe over the top of a truck. So it's all-wheel drive. He didn't have the handbrake hooked up, and he's trying to do donuts in this thing. So like, you got to have the horsepower and the driving skill to be able to throw down in a car like that, because it's not, everything's working against you. You know, it's like the truck, it might not be spinning all four wheels at the same time. You don't got an e-brake, so you really got to be throwing this thing in and then committing on the gas pedal. And like that could hook up and hit you into the wall. It was a little sketchy to initially see, but the fact that he was able to pull it off, the fact that he was able to like do these cyclone donuts in this thing, I was floored. I was so impressed. I was so happy that he was able to do it, and that the car sounded sick while I was doing it. Whoosh, whoosh, you know, like it was blowing off because it was pro-charged, got a centrifugal supercharger on there, and that thing's putting out some real power. It's just the drivetrain isn't the, you know, the most stout. So he would start to spin and it would like get smoky and it was looking awesome, but like maybe like the inside wheel wasn't turning. But regardless of that, like this guy was throwing down, and I was just super impressed. And then when he was done, we look at each other and we're like, let's reenact one of the famous scenes with the Hoonicorn where they chain it to the wall. And it was like, everyone got on board right away. Everybody knew exactly what we were talking about, and they wanted to see this car could do the same thing. So that's exactly what we did. We busted out some gold chains and chained it to a couple of K-rails.
Come on, Ricky Bobby! Ricky Bobby! Let's go!
That were, you know, in front of the block logo, and it was like very touching for me to see this car that was in honor of Ken Block, that we met at the Ken Block weekend at the Petersen, be brought out to the place that Ken Block used to own and then reenact one of his stunts. I thought that was so cool and like special and unique, and like I'm really happy that I got to go out there and do that. And I just want to say thank you to my friends for bringing me along, and thank you to DDE for making it happen. Thank you to the Petersen for having the Ken Block weekend and for having this whole Ken Block exhibit that's so well executed that like people that are fans, they need to see it because they have all of his cars there, and they have all of the Gymkhanas playing with really well thought out notes on the wall about everything. They have everything, like his racing suits and his bicycles and like all these cool things from Hoonicorn all around, and like it's a trip down memory lane for me, and it's just an exciting world that he created. And it was really special to get to not only go to the museum, but then to go experience this, you know, tribute Mustang throwing down in full force and making like a real splash in my mind. It was just awesome. So thank you for everybody that tuned in today and watched this. I had a great time out there, and there's lots more to come. I've got other videos I'm working on right now that are going to be pretty cool too. I'm going up to Sonoma this weekend, and then I'm going to Laguna Seca the weekend after, so I'll have some more Trans Am racing so that you guys can tune in and get your fix of V8s. I'm having a lot of fun doing this stuff. Thank you guys for following along. I definitely humbled by the experiences that I've been having, and I'm looking forward to sharing more with you guys. So thank you. Peace.
Oh, shit! Holy moly! Hot! Oh, neat. Oh my god. Bad, eh? It evaporates quick. Yeah, diesel does. Woo! Okay.
Yeah, all crossed up. What are you doing?
Oh, to keep fogging out. Get this fucking spinning.
Yo.
That's really good.